What's up, guys? Adam Milstead here. I want to talk to you real quick about something that gets overlooked in the fishing world as well as the world in general, and that's how to deal with quicksand. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, and yes, we're about to get real intimate here on Straight Yak'd, so stay tuned. Okay, guys, I know at this particular moment you're probably asking, Adam, why are you talking about quicksand? I thought this was a fishing channel, and you're right, it is, but it gets overlooked a lot. And when I'm talking about quicksand, I'm not talking about the literal term. I'm talking about the metaphorically speaking. I don't know if you guys have ever watched a movie called Replacements. It's one of my favorite football movies, and Keanu Reeves plays a character by the name of Shane Falco. And while they're in a team meeting, they were discussing things that frightened or scared them. And one of the things that Shane said was quicksand. And I took this to heart because quicksand in his description was how one thing can go wrong and then another thing happens and another thing happens, and before you know it, you're over your head in problems that you might have, whether you're fishing or just in life, and it feels like you're caught in quicksand. It feels like you can't get out. And I can tell you that happens in fishing, and that definitely happens in life. And I might have a few tricks up my sleeve that might help you guys when you do wind up in that situation. So something that inspired me to put this video together was last weekend. I was fishing in a tournament, and I did everything humanly possible to prepare for this tournament. But then when I got there, I found out that the spot that I was in was filled with grass, and I was pulling grass out of my prop about every 2 minutes, so I could hardly move. My sonar stopped working, my battery quit, I backlashed 2 rods, and then at that particular moment, I was so angry that I was willing to take my rods and just break them over my knee. And I know what you guys are thinking, especially people who aren't in fishing. They're probably thinking in their perspective that, Adam, that's not like anything really to destroy your equipment on. It's not anything really to beat yourself up about. It's just things happen. And guess what? They do happen, and they are absolutely right. In their perspective, that's not a problem for me to really beat myself up about. But because, I get in that competitive edge and I get in that mindset that, I want to be great at something, or I want to do something really well, and things happen that are completely out of my control. And I'm here to tell you that technically you are in control. You're in control of how you react to these situations. And people kind of forget about that. That, yeah, 1 or 2 things can happen, but pretty much a good percentage of the things that happen after that are negative are a result of how you react to that situation to begin with. So I'm going to try to give you guys some ideas that might help when you do wind up in that situation, whether or not you're on a kayak and your sonar dies and your rod backlashes, or you're in life and suddenly your car breaks down, or you get an unexpected bill, or your kid gets sick. These are all things that can just build up and build up and build up, and it'll get you to notice all the negative things in life. And you forget to really look out for the positive things. So one of the things that I had to do was I had to take one of my rods, the rods that I was using, and I put it behind me and I just stopped. You find yourself in that situation, just stop what you're doing and sit there. And when I sat there, I could think about all the bad things right off the bat, left and right. I thought about everything that happened and what in God's green earth is happening to me, because it feels like it's out of my control. And then I had to realize that, hey, in my perspective, yeah, things are bad, but in other people's perspective, people looking upon me, it's not bad. And so what I had to do is I had to think about the positive things in my life. I had to think about having a good job, having a great wife, having a nice house, or just out inside and enjoying my life. These are all things that I had to take in and deal with. And And then what I did is I took action. And I know you guys, you're asking yourself, how is this going to help me do well in a bass tournament? How is this going to help me do well in fishing or in life? Well, thinking is great. They're just as much as words being spoken. Your thoughts are just inner words that you have inside of you. But when you take action, you put strength and fortitude into something. So what you do when you wind up in that situation is you pull out your phone and you go and you text somebody. Text your mom, text your wife, whoever it may be. Text them and tell them, hey, having a bad day, but beyond my bad day, I'm just happy to know that I have you in my life. And then tell them, hey, I love you. Because what you've done is you've taken a pattern of noticing everything that could be possibly going wrong in your life, and you broke the pattern by adding something completely right. There's nothing wrong with telling somebody you love them. Reaching out to a friend you hadn't talked to in a while, tell them, hey, I know we hadn't talked in a while, but let's get dinner, or let's do something. You're having a bad day, but doing that one right thing is going to open up a door for a bunch of other things to come in. You're going to start noticing the positive in your life, and you're going to start being a little bit more optimistic about the situation. Take your rest, think about the good things, and create action in your life to break the pattern of bad things. And you're going to watch yourself grow in both the problematic situations we deal with in life, and you're going to grow beyond that. So that anytime that does happen, you won't have to think about how to do it. You just react to it. And you know that just because you're in that bad situation doesn't mean that you have to stay there. Because you are always in control, and you always have been. So anyways, I want to say thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's Tackle Tip of the Week. I know we got real intimate there, but it bears mentioning that just as important as it is for us to do well on the water physically, we need to do well mentally too. So thanks for watching Straight Yak'd.